Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we're featuring the La Mer bronzing powder. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. The bronzer arrived in the mail today. Let's go ahead and open it up. And it comes with a protective film over the packaging on the front. Really stunning packaging. And then we have another protective layer. I really like the shades. Let's go ahead and put a look together. I did mix quite a few Chanel palettes, but I wanted to do something neutral, something with a mix of shimmer and matte, and then I also wanted to use that teal color just because I think it's so pretty, so I used it more as an eyeliner. We'll go ahead with the bronzer now. I read a little bit about how you can use this, so we're going to try it in 3 separate shades at first, and then see what it looks like mixed together. We're gonna use this Ray Morris brush because it can get in this space a little bit easier. That's actually quite pretty, that shade, isn't it? This is more along the lines of the bronzer shade that I prefer. So we've got bronzed here, not bronzed yet. Finish up. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So if you want to try using this as a blush, I'm gonna go in with this mini Kabuki brush by Ray Morris. I love this shade. I think it's pretty, but it does have some shimmer, it appears. Let's see how it looks on. Oh yeah, it does have shimmer, you see? So let's keep it off the front of my face. Or should we try it? Let's try it up here and see what happens. We can always fix it. Yeah, you can see the texture, but I do like the glow. It's not like a really individual type of particle shimmer. It's very tightly packed sheen, I'm gonna say. Maybe more of a highlighter than anything else, but kind of is blurring the dark spots, but is emphasizing my pores at the same time. I don't know, we'll see. Let's try it under. Let's experiment. We'll try it under, and then if I need to go in and fix with a powder, then we can do that too. Let's see. If you want something that's more of a glow with a little bit of color, this one's a good one. Let's go in now with the highlighter. And this highlighter color is what I love. That's a really beautiful highlighter. I like that. It's a little bit more beaming, but again, you don't see individual particles. It does go on more like actually both of those products go on more like a liquid highlighter product where it's very even. So I'm gonna take this highlighter and place it in the inner corner. Okay, now let's try, I have this big La Mer brush and it's called the powder brush. So we're gonna go in and just sweep this all over the face. So I'm just taking the brush and I'm swirling everything together. Okay, I'm gonna go in with Hermes number 21. Okay, so I looked at the playback and I could see that you could still see the reflection underneath. So I wanted to do a little spot correcting or spot fixing so that we could see what that looks like over regular blush, because I think it didn't convey how it really looked. And plus I want to see what it really looks like over just a typical blush. I went in with this, if you've been here before, you know the trick I did. So I go in with the Le Beige Water Fresh tint and I applied it right on top of all of the makeup so it can spot correct. So what you do is you apply, you incorporate, and then it'll start to get a little tacky and it comes back together. And so you can see it's much more of a satiny finish now. So I did that. I went in with a little bit of the Clé de Peau concealer just right here. We're gonna powder right now with the Hummingbird powder. And the Hummingbird powder does blur a bit as well. Let's go in with the In Love blush. Okay, so that's a typical finish now. Nothing too glowy. We can go in with a highlighter in a second though, just so we can get that back. So now that we have that, I do want to go in with a bronzing powder and see what that looks like on the front. Okay, so now you can see it does have a little bit of a glow to it, but not as much. Yeah, I just wanted you to see more of like a typical use of this product. For me, this is how I would use it. I'd probably emphasize more on the exterior as well. And let's go in with a highlighter again, this champagne color. I hope that was helpful for you in case you're wondering about this product. And yes, I would use it mostly as an overall bronzing powder. I have had questions, can I use a bronzer all over my face? Of course you can, but sometimes I think it's a little bit harder to control based on how densely pigmented it is. But something like this, I think is really designed for that overall bronzing. So it did have a beautiful shade here though for the bronzer, but you just have to make sure you have correct brushes to get in there. Like this was a great one. It fit in there pretty well. So if you have a slim brush, I think that will work. I think getting into the highlighter is fine, especially if you have a fan brush. I know these are not all the same kind of product, but I thought at least you could get a sense of the undertone and just see how it compares in case you're interested in La Mer. So we have the La Mer, we have the Gucci number 3, Gucci number 4, Sisley, then we have Chantecaille Serena, Chantecaille Goa, then we have Charlotte Tilbury 2 Medium, Charlotte Tilbury 3 Tan. So I've also swatched them. Starting over here, I just swirled all the La Mer together, and then here I just swatched the bronzer portion of it. Here we have Gucci number 3, Gucci number 4. This is the Sisley bronzer. Chantecaille Serena, Chantecaille Goa, Charlotte Tilbury 2 Medium, Charlotte Tilbury 3 Tan. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.